over was strictly business. The way I looked at it is this, right? The state of the financial services, specifically the space we're in, is set up in a certain way where if you're an independent agent, you can work with a different IMO, right? Insurance Management Organization.
Yep.
So you attach your license. The benefit of that is, what are the services? What is the value by this IMO?
Correct.
And we actually looked at different IMOs, believe it or not. And it boiled down to 8 reasons. 1, pay, competitive pay. The pay was better. The compensation structure was better, right? Numbers are really hard to fudge.
Yep.
Better internal systems. So we had systems that were spoken of previously, but now there's tangible systems that we can use and utilize and leverage, which makes a difference. It's like the difference between buying a business, starting it from scratch. So you're not buying a business, and then buying a franchise that has instruments, procedures, equipment in place. That was number 2. The second one was there is an ability for equity, to have equity in this company, right? And as an entrepreneur, as an investor, that's really important for me. I have a background as an angel investor, also an investor. So if I can take ownership of something at a pre-IPO state, man, that's fantastic. Again, with the vision of the leaders in this organization, like, I really do think this has the potential to become unicorn status, right? And if you know anything about sort of what a unicorn is a company that goes $1 billion plus, right, in valuation. Number 4, Tweet touched on this. This is a place that's less transactional and less about how can I put more money in my pocket? No, it's like, how do we benefit the client in a way where we set up our deal designs in compared to before, in a sophisticated way that gets better yield for our clients. And guess what? That benefits us more, because then we get more referrals, then people do repeat business with us. And that was not happening before. Before it was, let's just do the transaction, set it up in a way, Frank, where you get more bucks in your pocket. And that didn't jive with me. I'm a long-term relationship builder with my clients.
Yep.
And I don't want to put my clients in that situation. Number 5, the ability to help I-10 users, individual tax identification number users. That's not heard of. A lot of people see that population as a risk, as a huge risk,
Yep.
but actually they have some of the best repayment histories when you look at their history when it comes to paying back loans. So, and we are working with reputable organizations that have been in business for 100+ years, and we can do transactions, we can do deals with them and better help clients that are I-10 users. Number 6, this was really, really, really cool. The ability to do transnational business was really key, right? The ability for us to work in Latin America and being of Mexican background, Mexican origin, that was important to me, right? How can we, we know that there's a crisis here in the US when it comes to money management. There's a crisis when it comes to retirement.
Yep.
But the same sort of situation exists in other parts of the world, Latin America specifically. And now we are in the middle of being able to kind of bridge those gaps, right? Between people that don't know how to manage their money and managing their money and using some of these tools and services that we have access to in transnationally in Latin America. Number 7, which was key, another ownership point, the ability to own your agent code, right? You're an independent agent, and when you own your code, you own passive income, right? That did not exist at the previous company. Now, and I told this to my previous colleagues at the previous company, previous partners, is the fact that GFI exists created competition in the market, and competition in the market is always great. So guess what, former company, you should thank GFI, because now they made some changes on your end, right? Competition is great, but guess what? GFI was willing to take that stand, right? And say, hey, we'll give you ownership. That was big. And
Yeah.
Number 8, the opportunity to be part of the founding of a startup, right? To be one of the founders. And that's what it boiled down to. I had relationships with partners at the other company, but at the end of the day, everybody's interest is unique to them. Therefore, their decisions should be unique to them. So, but just from a business standpoint, it was very clear for those 8 points of